Get it done.
We getting that fight next? Venado and Angelo? That's the next one?
Let's fight Angelo. He deserves it. Former world champion, amazing bracket. He looked great tonight. He beat a guy from Mexicali. Venado's from Mexicali, so why not?
You know, 3 fights in 5 months, he's earned it, so.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense. Great champion, amazing human being. I think he deserves a shot.
There you go. All right, there you have it.
Luke.
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to come and get my quick thoughts on Angelo Leo's victory over Eduardo Baez because, you know, it's 24 hours after I'm finally home back in the True School Sports HQ. I'm going live as soon as I drop this video. So if you see this video, go check out the live as well when you're done watching this. But, you know, just a real good professional performance from Angelo Leo. I don't think it was his best performance. I don't even think it was his best day at the office. It wasn't, you know, the Planilla fight. I don't even think he had the level of sharpness in this fight from a boxing standpoint that he did when he fought Polanco. But, you know, while there is some things to critique and there is some things to do better on, nonetheless, Angelo Leo dominated Eduardo Baez. Beat him. I mean, don't get me wrong. Baez had some moments. He was winning a lot of moments of a lot of rounds. But, you know, Angelo Leo was winning the majority, the lion's share of the rounds. And when I was there ringside, I scored the fight 8-2 in favor of Angelo Leo. Now, this is a very good win because when you look at Baez's career, when you check under the hood and you really see who is Baez, what has he been historically towards opposition, you'll see that this guy has been a tough out for any and every man that's ever stepped in his way. I mean, look at, you can go as far back as 2017. You know, he lost a very close decision to Mauricio Blanco Lara. And had it not been for knockdowns and a loss of a point, he would have won that fight. So he was fighting tooth and nail with Mauricio Lara, who went on to become world champion. Same thing goes for when he fought Rais Salim. I was there when he fought Rais Salim. Another fight that was tooth and nail. I think out of all the losses on his career, that's probably the one that he should have won. Very close fight there. Rais Salim, top contender. Actually wound up upsetting and beating Enrique Vivas in a very competitive fight. We know Vivas is known for being a high volume puncher, good solid fighter. Next fight, parlay that into a world title shot against Vaquero Navarrete, which is a very interesting fight because even though Navarrete stopped him, even though Navarrete, you know, got a knockout, which Angelo Leo failed to do when he knocked him out in 6 rounds, up until the knockdown, most people thought that Baez was winning the fight. If you go watch that fight, I thought Baez was beating Navarrete before the knockout. And if you go look at the scorecards, 2 of the 3 judges actually had it in favor of Baez. And even the fans, if you go on BoxRec, the fans that have scored that fight on BoxRec scored it in favor of Baez before the knockout. So Baez has been hell for any and every fighter there is. I mean, Arnold Kagai, another guy, lost to him by split decision. So I'm saying all that to set the stage for what I'm talking about with the fight. Angelo did not have controversy. Angelo was not dropped. Angelo was not really, you know, it was a hard fight. It was a difficult fight. It was a grueling fight. But it was a fight where he just, you know, I think once we hit about, like, what was it, like round 5 or 6, there was a clear gap that began to show. And that age-old adage of class tells over time began to show itself. So maybe not the most sensational performance if we're comparing it to like what he did against Polanco or Planilla, but a very, very good win. A very, very professional win for Angelo Leo against a very tough man, Eduardo Baez. And I got all the respect in the world for Eduardo Baez. He always comes to win. And I want to continue to see him back in good fights. So hopefully, whether it be pro box or top rank or whomever, they continue to give that man from Mexicali more opportunities. But nonetheless, he beats Baez, and it sets the stage for what we're talking about now, which is this Venado Lopez fight. You know, Venado Lopez, his manager, Hector Furco Fernandez, was at the fight. And he said it to me on camera again after the fight that he wants to give Angelo Leo the IBF world title shot, which I think this is a fan-friendly fight. I think this is a great fight for the featherweight division. I've told you guys many times before the year even started, and I'll continue to say it more and more because this division continues to deliver on action and real fighters. And that's that 2024 is the year of the featherweight division. And that's a fight that would further cement my point that this is the year of the featherweight division. Leo versus Venado is a great fight. Venado is a fighter that does everything wrong. Very athletic. Didn't have a big amateur background. Had to win some fights the tough way coming up that he wasn't supposed to win. And he's earned his way to become champion. And he's validated himself fight after fight after fight. Right? And so he's looked at to be one of the most legitimate champions in this division. He's got, I think, 2 or 3 world title defenses now. So I got respect for Venado. But I also got great respect for Angelo Leo. I know how good he is as a fighter. And he didn't show it that night against Baez. But Baez, I actually had a more closer fight with Navarrete before he got knocked out than he did with Angelo. And that's a fact. That being said, stylistically, it's a great fight because Venado, he does a lot of things wrong. I think in that fight, that would be a fight where Angelo has to be better than he was in this fight against Baez and show, more of the skills he has in his skill set. I think the key to that fight would be, I would say from both ends. I think for Venado, you're going to have to find a way to push Angelo back and make him go uncomfortable and impose your will on the fight. And, kind of do what Stephen Fulton did to a degree, which is kind of beat him at his own game. Now, is Venado as crafty on the inside as a guy like Stephen Fulton? I'm not so sure. He's more of a gunslinging type of fighter. I don't know if he's got that inside ring craft to do what Stephen Fulton did to Angelo, From the Angelo side of things, he has to do the same thing that every fighter has to do to beat Venado, which is they got to either outbox him using very sharp, very precise, very elusive, straight movement and straight punches, or he's got to be the aggressive counterpuncher and find a way to hurt him. So there's paths to victory for both guys. It's a great fight for the division. Obviously, I like Angelo a lot. I think Venado's a good fighter. I don't want to disrespect him, but I do think there are tougher fights out there for him as far as the champions are concerned in the featherweight division. And I would pick him to win this fight, honestly, because I just think he's the more well-rounded fighter. He's actually better at what he does than Venado is, and I hope we find out. I really hope we find out, and I have full confidence in Team Venado and Team Leo and Top Rank and everybody involved that the fight winds up happening and we get a good fight for the division because this featherweight division is heating up. And I want to get to a place where we start seeing titles unified. So the winner of this fight could fight Rafael Espinoza. The winner of this fight could fight Raymond Ford or whomever, Nick or Ray Vargas or whomever, right? So, yeah, man, those are my thoughts on the fight. Angelo, I thought could have used his jab a lot more and worked behind the jab to set the straight right hand. That would have been something that would have hurt Baez and put him in some real uncomfortable position. But he had Baez hurt a couple of times. He actually wound up knocking him through the ropes in the 8th round. So it wasn't a bad performance. It's just that, especially me, being around him and knowing how good he is, I feel like Angelo could be even better than he was last night, and so does he. And, in the dressing room last night, as we left the arena, Pro Box Event Center, he was very honest, not just with me in the interview, but with his dad, that, he kind of fell in love with the knockouts he was getting against Polanco and Planilla, and he was looking for the knockout. So he kind of did abandon some of the things that he may have been trying to do, that he was doing in the other fights, but make no mistakes about it. When the lights come on against Venado Lopez, I feel like we will get the best Angelo Leo and vice versa. I feel like Venado knows. His manager knows. Top Rank knows. The boxing world knows. The most active fighter in boxing. I love Joseph Parker, but to heck with Joseph Parker, he didn't fight 3 times in 5 months like Angelo Leo. So that being said, the most active fighter in boxing he's as sharp as a steak knife right now, and I would love to see him get the opportunity to become Division two-time world champion against a very dangerous, very athletic, hard-punching, fun Mexican fighter like Venado Lopez. So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it there for now. Congrats to Angelo on a great win. My respect, my utmost respect goes out to Eduardo Baez, who gives everybody a tough fight, not just Angelo, but anybody he's ever stepped in that ring with, gives them all hard fights. And that being said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you guys think about Angelo Leo versus Venado Lopez? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.